Thank you so much for coming back to the third installment of How It Started versus How It Ended. My name is Shantae Levette. I'm the Southern Girl. Just a quick recap if you are just starting in this series. We are doing real life, real talk about interior design after death, after you lose someone. And that's what happened to my client. A father and son who lost a wife and a mother. Son was only 10 years old, so pretty devastating. And their home has been in a holding pattern, 4+ years of sadness, 4+ years of depression, grief, loneliness, why me, anger, and all of those things that are on the inside eventually will show up on the outside. The home was unwell. When I came into the space, I could feel the sadness in the house, but I could also see the potential. Now, we've gotten past the beginning, our meetings, the design phase. We're moving on to it's time for ordering and the deliveries. I cannot stress to a client, it will be so many things that will have to be unboxed. I, as part of working with my contractor, I always put into a client's contract, we have to have trash removal. Trash removal is a paid for service that every client has to pay for. By the time we unwrap boxes, containers, it's so much trash and packaging that is left that we have to charge for trash removal. Deliveries were coming in. Now we're getting to what I would say a more fun time. I'm a designer, do project management. I'm not a designer who everything show up and at the last minute I'm trying to come in. No, I am there through the entire process, and I like to see and inspect the things that come that are being delivered, because if something comes in that's broken, then we have to make sure that we go ahead and send it back so that we can stay within our time frame, our timeline that I create. And I like to keep a tight timeline. The other thing that I do as a designer, we do not start with my contractor until every single piece is on site. I'll have to go back and check out that budget video. We could not afford to use a receiver. And if you don't know what a receiver is, it is a company that as you order things, they will hold and house and actually inspect the items. And so when it's time for install day, they can do the white glove delivery, bring everything at once. We can install it all in a day or two, depending on how large the house is, so that you can have that wow HGTV feeling moment. But because our budget was so small, it would not support using a receiver. So I had to have the conversation with my client. Hey, can you not park in your garage for a few weeks? Because we got stuff coming in and we're going to need to house this stuff. And since we are not doing the living room or the dining room in this phase one, can we store items there? And I tell all my clients, I always tell my clients, what do I tell the clients? What is it going to be, Tess, before?
Trust the process?
Yeah, that too, trust the process. But I said it's going to be the what before the what?
The storm before the calm?
That's right. It is the storm before the calm. Exactly. It is going to be the storm before the calm. But when we get to the end result, all of this will be just a faded memory. So deliveries are coming in. We're checking everything. This is the time as a designer, when you have experience, you know that you cannot show your clients everything. I do show the clients the bulk of what their space is going to be. But sometimes I'll pick things and it won't make sense to them until they actually see it in action. And I made the mistake of showing the client something too early. He was just like, I don't like that. Oh, you gonna like it. And so he gave me the reasons why he didn't. Because he really couldn't see the whole thing. Like, it was still in the box. And I mean, from, I guess, thinking from that perspective. But we had a hallway upstairs. Now remember, the phases are the foyer, the powder bath, the side entry, the the staircase, the upper hallway, and the primary bedroom. And in the hallway, there was a long wall, no light, very dark. But I knew that this wall needed something. This piece was very affordable. I actually got it from Wayfair. And being that he is in IT, it kind of reminded me of a tech like piece. But I told him, I said, hey, trust the process. And if you don't like this piece after I get it up, I will take it off your hands. That's how sure I was that he was going to like this piece. Had a little bit of pushback, but he decided to go ahead and truly trust the process. And this is what we ended up with. By having this piece be very simple, clean, he wanted a modern feel, and that hallway didn't have any light. I knew it would be an excellent opportunity to highlight this piece and also have it do two functions: take up the wall space and then being able to put a picture light above it to illuminate a dark area. Another part of getting all of these deliveries in, making sure that the things that we ordered are to scale. That is one thing that I find that can help elevate your home, is buying the appropriate size pieces. So many times people will buy things that are under scale, but as a designer, we think of things as far as the big picture. These rooms were a part of phase one, because when you enter into this home, in one bird's eye view, you could see the foyer, the staircase, the side entry, a bit into the kitchen, the living room, which we did not touch. Well, I touched it just a little bit. The upper hallway, and things that people don't notice that we did is that you see all of the light fixtures, you see all of the hardware. You don't notice it when it's all done well, but you do notice it when something is off. So we got all of our deliveries in because my contractor moves fast. And once we got our last delivery in, it was then time to schedule the actual work, the construction. And we did have to do a bit of demo to get the old vanity out. We had to do a lot of repair work because of the deferred maintenance, because of the sadness, because of the depression. You see it, but you don't see it. The holes in the wall. But it's okay, because as an interior designer, no judgment here. So that your space of what you really see yourself being can really be an outward expression of who you are. And my client said it was going to be his forever home. If it's your forever home, let's take care of your forever self. You'll have to come back and see the next installment of how it started and how it ended. If you have watched the video up until this point, you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all of my social media platforms, all under Southern Girl Interiors. I do have a website, southerngirlinteriors.com. And if you need some help, I do offer full service interior design. I offer designer by your side. And I do offer e-design or virtual design. So I can help you in a multitude of ways if you are looking to do something in your home because you might be stuck and not knowing what direction, or you feel ashamed of your home because it is in a particular state. Again, no judgment from me, but if your house is unwell, I'm here to help your house get out of the ICU and truly have your home become a place of happiness, health, and serenity. So until the next video.